Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's happening?
Welcome to the Harry and Gizmo Show.
Welcome to the Harry and Gizmo Show.
That's what we do here. Welcome, Hags. How's it going, everybody?
Hags.
Welcome out. Another week.
Welcome.
How you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good, you know. I'm fucking just been here on the east side trying not to get deported.
Yeah, dude, there's been these protests. Did you go down and protest for your people or no? Did you sit
Been
back
a lot
on the
of
sidelines?
protests, you know. I was just walking down the arts district a day that they were happening to do the protest. And, you know, I just ran into them, man. I was like, holy shit, I'm not even trying to protest, but these guys were here protesting. And I was like, oh, shit, what's going on? So many cops all over the place. And, you know, I just started walking with them because, you know, I like to follow a crowd sometimes. I'll follow a crowd and I'm like, oh, shit, they're fighting for something. This is a real movement. So I'm gonna try to do the accent the whole podcast.
How long or how?
Okay,
I was gonna let it roll.
I'm walking with them, and I'm like, "Hey, man, this is some really important stuff, you know, because they're deporting our people, and fuck, I can't keep going like that. There's some serious shit that's going on.
Committed to the bit, yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude, I did get caught up in the protest. I wasn't going to them, and this is like real true story. Like me and the homie Brandon were in the arts district a couple of days ago when they were doing that. What was that big protest? The No King shit. It was like a nationwide.
I didn't know, but I don't follow the news, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's good.
So explain it to me.
The news is toxic, but yeah. Anyways, I mean, they were posting all over social media. No King's Day. No King's Day. Okay. I forgot what exact date it was on, but I guess I don't know what the protest stood for. Like no kings. Like I guess like they're saying they don't want fucking Trump to be like a dictator, because he's like claiming himself as a king or some shit.
Oh, okay.
But
I get that.
they were doing that. They were doing that fucking protest, and I happen to be in the arts district, and I'm walking do you know where the Silver Stamp is? You ever heard of that bar, the Silver Stamp?
No, but it's just down on our district, then I know the area.
Yeah, it's on like Imperial Street.
Okay.
A really cool bar. But yeah, me and the homie were walking down Main, walking towards that bar. We like turn a corner, and then right when we turn that corner, we start seeing like hella, like just a full crowd of people just marching. They had their fucking picket signs and all that. Then we just start seeing all the fucking cop lights, and we're like, oh shit, dude, like,
what if they were after you? It was a mob that was just after you.
That'd be funny, because I always did kind of want to be in a movie scene where I'm just running from the big crowd.
Gizmo!
Yeah, like Forrest Gump or some shit.
So they were all protesting, and
they're all protesting, and me and the homie are like, dude, like, hey, this is history right here. Like, this is crazy, man. We should go check it out.
Yeah.
And so we're like walking towards the protesters, fucking just huge crowd of people, hella police. And me and homie are walking towards there. And then there was some lady walking her dog. And then she was like, you two shouldn't walk down there. And we're like, what? She's like, there's a lot of police down there and stuff and a big crowd of people. You two shouldn't walk down there. And then we're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We're still walking down
You're
there.
trying to go join the crowd.
Yeah, we're like, we want to go check it out, dude. Like, and it's probably a good idea to walk away from chaos, but we're like, let's go check this out.
Yeah.
And then, so we're walking towards there, and then the people were like, I don't know, it was weird because they were more like turning up than like, I guess like, it's like into the movement. Like, it seemed like more like a party vibe, like a parade.
Yeah,
more than like, you know how
that's
people,
a Vegas. Of course, dude. I was all with you, dude. And then a protest would just be a party in Vegas.
It was just a party movement, and like they were like screaming like, "Well, let's go!" And people were like fucking drinking and I mean, it's cool if that's how you protest in Vegas, you know. Like,
that would be how people protest in Vegas.
But I feel like protests back in the day, people were silent. They were serious about this shit. You know, they were actually there to spread a message. But anyways, we're checking it out. We're like, damn, this is like just one big parade and a party. And then we're seeing all the cops and shit. We're like, all right, fuck this. Let's go get a drink, dude. Yeah. So, you know, we weren't going to walk with them. We just wanted to look at it for a bit.
Yeah, yeah. They were like, if we're going to party, I'm just going to go to the bar.
Yeah. And then so we start walking back down the street we came. And we still see that lady walking her dogs. And she was like, I told y'all. I told y'all. She's like, I told y'all not to walk down there. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, I guess there's a protest going on. She's like, oh, is it that ICE protest? Man, that's messed up what they're doing to those people. And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, and then we walked back to the bar.
I told y'all.
Yeah, she was cool. Nice lady, though. She was looking out for us. But, yeah, walked back to the bar. And then the dude in front, the security guard, the door guy, he was like, oh, yeah, man, you see what's going on in these streets? It's crazy, man. These fucking, people got to get together and stuff, man. He was a black dude.
I was going to say, what accent are you doing now?
Yeah, he's a black dude. It's like, man, our people got to get together, man. Stand up for this shit. I'm like, yeah, word. I agree.
It's the closest you've ever gotten to being black. That's funny.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, damn, I feel certified, verified, dude. But do you ever do a protest? You ever do a protest or shit like that?
When Occupy Wall Street, I don't know if I told this story, but like when Occupy Wall Street was going on, I joined. Like we did a little protest in our hometown for that. And
Occupy Wall Street. What was that about?
So in like 2008, the bankers got bailed out. And so, like, people started, living on Wall Street up in New York City. And so they occupied Wall Street. And just,
they're sleeping on tents? Tents on Wall Street?
Yeah, yeah. Trying to, and the whole movement was like, yeah, fuck these bankers, and fuck the bailout, essentially.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they accomplished, but I joined a protest for it. It was pretty cool. We were joining and supporting our way out in Newport, Oregon. Yeah. It said, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
I like that one. And then I can't remember what the other side said.
Damn.
But also, I was probably kind of doing it just to, because these girls were doing it. And I like these girls. And so I was,
you want to come to us and
want to go? We're going to go protest, And
they're like,
protest?
Hell yeah. I don't know. This is kind of weird for a first date.
I guess that's not the only time. The other time, I've used my right to protest a couple times. The other time, I've always tried to do a funny sign. And I can't remember what the other sign. But when we were kids, they were signing some bill to cut funding for teachers or something like that. Yeah. And so the teachers got a bunch of kids together. And we went and protested at the Capitol up in Oregon. Okay. And I was on the news, but my sign, I just wanted to draw a Triforce from Zelda.
Power Rangers?
Zelda. Yeah. So I drew a Triforce, and then she's like, you got to do it. She's all mad that I wasted a whole poster board on just drawing a big old Triforce. She's like, you got to do a signal or like a symbol. So I wrote, power and courage, where is the wisdom? You know what I mean? And so I was like, I had a sick fucking banner.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, and then so my buddies all followed suit and drew like video game references, and then
you guys brought these to Wall Street or the protest or whatever?
Yeah. So we brought these to the protest, and we got on the news, and we were holding all of our signs.
That's so fucking random.
Yeah, when I was like in high school at some point. Yeah,
they're like, why do we have GameStop employees fucking protest? You know what I would have drew for a protest sign? A check engine light. Check your engine, bitch.
Great. That's a great.
Fucking at a protest with a check engine light, they'd be like, damn, this guy, he fucking knows what he's talking about. Yeah. We have some problems.
Check our engine.
We need to check our fucking engine, dude. We have some problems in this country. Check our engine, dude.
Yeah, I should tell you, but I was trying to go as long as I can. Oh, man, that's not as long as... I'm on mushrooms right now.
You took some mushies?
Yeah, I took some of the mushrooms.
Hell yeah, dude. I would have took some too.
Like 45 minutes ago.
Fuck yeah. So, feeling a little tingly?
Yeah. I'm feeling them right now. So.
All right. Well, let me tell you something. You know what's weird about first dates? Kind of hard segue.
Yeah, no, but, we were talking about protesting, and I still want to talk about that. But we're done
what if... you had something on protesting?
No, that was it.
But no, imagine like a first date, a girl wanted to ask you like, hey, you want to join me in this protest? Like, it's kind of awkward for a first date.
It's a lot. That's a lot of political pressure to put on your first date. Like, to be like, do you want to join my side? I don't know if that's kind of a red flag. If a girl's into protesting,
huge red flag.
Yeah, if she's into protesting, she's got too many opinions.
Yeah, protesting or politics.
You got to keep these women without opinions.
Yeah. It's just, protest on
a comedy podcast.
Yeah, why don't you protest about the preservatives they put in food or something?
Yeah, exactly.
But like a weird first date. Like, you ever ask a girl like to go on a first? Well, I know you're married now, but like back then, like, you know, it'd be a weird first date to bring a girl to like an open mic.
I would never bring even my wife. I would never bring a date. I would never bring a date to an open mic. Even in my early comedy days, I would never subject a girl to that. Like, you brought your girlfriend to the open mic the other night, and she waited until you went up. That's like a good girl.
Yeah, well, thankfully I was number 2 spot.
Yeah, so yeah, exactly. So you went up real quick. You got your chick out of there, because girls don't want to sit there and listen to, unless they do want to sit there and join with you and then bag on to the shitty comics later.
She was telling me too. She's like, yeah, I was hoping you go up early. I was like, but I was willing to stay behind like 30 comics if you're like up in the late spots or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real one, dude. But like, if you take a girl that doesn't know how the open mics work or comedy shows work, it could be like a living hell for some people.
Well, number one, you can't talk to her because you're in a comedy club. So it's like taking her to a movie. Yeah. Terrible first date. Well, I did, fuck a girl one time at a movie theater, but on a first date. Yeah. But like, it's a terrible first date because you can't talk. You know what I mean? Like, normally there's that. So you want to take somewhere where you can have a conversation and do something. Does that make sense? Like a bar, or at least a bar. A bar is probably like bowling alley,
easiest place, like bowling alley, or you're playing
first
pool
date.
or something.
If I was like genuinely going to take a girl on a first date today, I'd be like, yo, do you want to go bowling? Do you want to go to the axe throwing place? Do you want to go play pool somewhere? Do you want to go to the barcade, somewhere and drink and play video? Like, do you want to go do an activity, something that we can do together and talk?
Yeah. Have you been axe throwing before?
Yeah, it's fun.
Don't they have that spot it's like Fremont Street or some shit?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch. We went to the one at Area 51 or Area 15.
Or Area 15? They got axe around there?
Yeah, we went to the axe hole.
It's just crazy to think that, like, well, the spot on Fremont, I walk by it all the time, and I'm like, fuck, I want to throw an axe. But, like, drunk people throwing axes, I don't know how that...
You have your own cage, you have your own alleyway, and you just fucking huck it at the target, and it keeps score for it. It's like bowling, but with axe throwing.
Is it like a big axe or like a tomahawk?
Tomahawk.
Yeah,
little ones.
Sick
I think
fuck.
now some places have, like, ninja stars and daggers and stuff like that you can throw.
Yeah, I like to throw, like, you think they have, like, sharp playing cards? Like,
that would be sick.
That'd be fucking dope.
Like Gambit?
Yeah, like some Gambit shit.
Yeah, Gambit I always thought was sick. You know. I never watched the new Deadpool, and I'm sure...
You never watched Deadpool Wolverine?
No, I need to check it out just for the Channing Tatum.
Yeah, he had some funny lines in there, dude.
Yeah.
I forgot his lines. He was just like, he had like this weird like lisp or something, like, oh,
Cajun accent.
Like, you want to fuck with me or something? Oh no, that's like Mike Tyson.
Yeah. Cajun down south, like real. Let me see if I can do Cajun. What was his line in that movie? It's like, y'all gonna remember my name, like,
something like that. We're not doing it any justice. But
no, I don't do good. I do good accents, but not when I'm on mushrooms and in front of a camera.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, that's a tough time to do an accent.
Yeah, I remember I went on this first date with a girl. I did a whole fucking British accent the whole time.
For real?
Yeah. She thought I was British, dude.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I met her on Tinder. I was like, yeah, I'm from the UK. I didn't tell her like that. I was like, yeah, I'm from the UK. And then I fucking, my favorite meal I like to eat every day is fish. I just eat fish, I
can do British accent, pretty well.
That's pretty well.
I can carry a British accent for quite a while, if you really asked me to. I don't know. Then I'm switching into Australian. I don't know.
That is like more Australian. Like, you sound like a Australian pawn shop worker or something.
Yeah.
But no, dude. Yeah, first date with a girl. Back to that. I think a cool spot. Yeah, it's just a spot where you could openly talk. Like, I think some of the worst first dates you could bring somebody to is like, oh, you want to go to Applebee's?
Yeah. Oh, that'd be terrible.
Oh my God! Imagine telling a girl like, "Hey, girl, you're very pretty. Like, we should go to Applebee's." Sometime.
You're telling her she's pretty over at Denny's.
Or at Denny's. Oh man,
hey girl, you want to go to? Unless you did it like ironically. If you're gonna take a girl to a cheap spot, you got to be like, you want to like go to a place like
yeah,
you want to go to a cheap spot somewhere hokey, and set it up like that. You'd be like, yo, I'm broke
cool.
right now. All I can afford is fucking Denny's.
And if she goes with you, then that's a real one. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
She's down.
She's down for Denny's, dude.
Down for Denny's.
What the fuck is? Have you ever seen that video?
What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah, the hardcore pit opening up. What the fuck is up, Denny's?
Yeah, Denny's isn't really like I think it's not. It's not like a breakfast spot that's my number one pick, but it's like a pick if I'm like hungover, or it's like 3 a.m. and I just want some biscuits and gravy or some.
They're
shit.
great anytime food for sure.
Yeah,
the classic diner. That's the whole point of a diner is being. Oh, sorry, it's being open anytime.
Are you Denny's or IHOP?
I like Denny's for their burgers. For the rest of their meal, like IHOP for breakfast.
Oh yeah,
because I like the IHOP pancake, like the strawberry. I like my pancakes to be more like dessert than I like them to be, actual meal.
Yeah, like an actual breakfast thing.
Yeah, I want like the cinnamon sugar, just drenched in ice glazing,
they're fucking
their cake.
They're exotic pancakes. Or whatever.
Yeah, they're exotics, dude. I like
They're
that.
exotics.
They're exotic pancakes. I like IHOP for their exotic pancakes.
Yeah, I'm more of a crepe guy. I like crepes.
Ooh, French.
Yeah, French. Yeah, French.
You like crepes?
I like crepes.
Mon ami. Mon ami.
Surprisingly, there's some
baguette.
Yeah, dude.
You want a baguette for liking crepes?
The fucking crepes, the baguettes, bro. Surprisingly, a lot of Mexican restaurants, they serve crepes.
Yeah, do they really?
Yeah, and they're really good at it, man. They know how to make a good crepe. Crepe with a little cinnamon and like some churro shit on it.
I love cinnamon sugar, man. Cinnamon sugar is my jam.
Oh yeah, you tried churro before?
Of course, I've tried churros.
Yeah,
before.
who hasn't tried churros? Man?
Yeah, of course, dude.
It's a
I'm
fucking
fat white
delicacy.
Guy. Of course, I tried churros.
Yeah.
I've been to Disneyland. It's like churro. Disney's known for their fucking churros and shit.
They got churros at Disneyland.
Yeah, that's like one of their big snacks at Disneyland is churros.
Not anymore, thanks to ice.
Yeah. No elote for you.
Fuck.
We're taking all the tamales. Dude, no, yeah, that's legit probably true. There's no tamale people at Walmart.
No tamale people. Oh yeah, you ever bought from those guys in the parking lot?
We have before, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty good tamales,
Yeah. Sometimes
I like to buy
they'd
the
be taxing.
Floristas. I like to they'd be expensive, dude.
Yeah, they'd be taxing.
Yeah. Sometimes they'd be like $8 a per. I'm like,
whoa, dude.
You're
Get
like, the fuck out of
how
here.
much for the dozen?
Yeah.
$25?
Yeah. I get you put work into it, but these used to be like,
Yeah, I mean, if you could get them like at even $1 a piece. Yeah, well, maybe that's kind of cheap. Like $12 for the dozen. That's not bad at all.
That's not bad. I don't know how much they cost.
Yeah, but
it's been a long time. We bought them when we were kids. I think I remember my parents buying them.
Did you ever back in the day have like the guys who would sell bootleg DVDs in a parking lot?
Yeah, and like
you
grew up
that?
in small towns. No, so it didn't really, but I've seen it as an adult.
Yeah, well, fucking like 10,
I get like the guys selling like colognes.
Yeah, like 10 like clones of what?
But like cologne.
Cologne?
You want to buy some cologne?
Oh, cologne. I thought you said clones. I'm like, what are you selling? Attack of the Clones? You just had that DVD on hand all the time? Oh, no, but cologne people are funny, too, because they'll just pull up on you with a trunk full of smells, and they're just like, oh, man, you want to buy this shit right here? This is Kush is my cologne. I smell like this every day.
It's like, why would I
don't want to smell like Kush.
I'm at the gas station, dog, This is not the spot to be buying cologne.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm fucking buying groceries right now, dude. I don't need some fucking cologne.
Yeah. I don't wear cologne. That's just it's always so funny to me.
Yeah, like growing up though, like when I go to like some of the supermarkets out here with my grandparents or parents, we'd see like some dudes pull up with like a backpack full of DVDs, like just bootleg movies that were in theaters, like. I think at the time, like Finding Nemo was in theaters, and he's like, "I got the DVD right here." It's like, "Oh, buy that shit."
So I remember, that's hilarious. Like that was a hustle back in the day. Is that you could just go online, find the file, download it, and then just burn copies of it. Yeah.
Like if you had a computer that had, I think it was like BitTorrent or some shit.
Yeah, I had that. Yeah.
And you could download all those like movies from the theaters. Or
shout out the Pirate Bay. The Pirate Bay used to be good before it got shut down. It got shut down like all the time, but no, it was I used Pirate Bay before the real before it really got shut down.
Yeah, Pirate Bay was cool, man. I used to see that shit before because my dad was downloading like a whole bunch of music off of it. Like, because paying for music back in the days was like, I don't know, it was a kind of a burden on people. We were like, yeah, we want free shit, dude. Like nowadays, we don't have to pay for music at all. You just have a Spotify subscription or Apple.
I use YouTube Music personally.
You pay for YouTube?
Yeah, I pay YouTube Premium. Yeah,
I pay for Spotify. Team Spotify. Hopefully they fucking sponsor us.
Well, I've been a Google boy for forever. Yeah, hopefully they sponsor it. Speaking of sponsors, we are sponsored by Zynn World Premium CBD.
Zynn World.
Go to Zynn World, ZYNN. That's Zynn with 2 N's, ZYNN, WORLD, ZynnWorld.com. Use promo code HAGS and get a discount on some of your best CBD needs. Gizmo, what do you like about CBD?
Oh man, I like a lot of things about this CBD. Like I take 1 or 2 drops, I'm feeling super relaxed. I'm hanging out. I'm like talking more. I'm feeling like, just really, really mellow off of it. Like I take CBDs, on days where, sometimes I feel a lot of anxiety.
Yeah,
sometimes I'm stressed out. And then I take 1 drop or 2. I'm like, wait, what was I even stressing about?
Yeah.
The Zynn World stuff is like some real deal stuff.
They hook us up with some free products, so that's always nice. And they support us. So we support them. I like taking the CBD drops. It helps me relieve some of my stress and anxiety. Definitely helps with that. Helps me fall asleep at the end of the night.
Yep.
Calm your nerves a little bit. If you have dogs and stuff like that have a hard time, especially coming up July 4th, all the fireworks, hook them up with some CBD. You get your dog some CBD treats with some July 4th coming up. Yeah,
put a couple drops in his dog food. It'll be fucking mellowed out, dude.
Yeah, so they have all your CBD products for humans and dogs, but a lot of human products like topicals, creams, drops and such. So head over to Zynn World, that's ZYNNWORLD.com, and promo code HAGS. Check it out.
Promo code HAGS.
There we go, dude. Yeah, before I came over, me and my family were playing this Willy Wonka game, dude, which is one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. But this little board game that we found.
Yeah.
Which is fun. Willy Wonka. You ever seen that movie?
Willy Wonka?
Yeah.
First or second one?
The first one.
First one's dope. Yeah, I've seen that one with Gene Wilder.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
That movie's a fucking trip, dude. Like if you haven't watched it on psychedelics, but I've always kind of wanted to to see like, the crazy fucking hidden messages in it. Because I feel like that movie has like a lot of like.
Oh, Gene Wilder made that movie trippy. Yeah, I have this like theory that like he definitely killed those kids. Like people are, I wonder what happened. In my mind, I'm like, no, those kids died because he tells you straight up. He's like, well, he's gonna go down to the furnace.
Yeah, those kids died of diabetes.
Hopefully it's not boiling day. You know what I mean, or whatever he says. Shit like that, you know. So hopefully it's not firing day on the furnace. Hopefully she doesn't die. You got about 50-50 odds of being dead. So.
Oh man,
I like to think that he actually killed the kids.
Yeah, was that what did they film that movie during World War II?
Yeah, and he picked them. Slugworth, because Slugworth is his homie. But when like every time the kid found the golden ticket, Slugworth was immediately there. So Slugworth was the one who planted the tickets. He went and found beforehand. So nobody was lucky. Nobody found the golden ticket by accident.
They were all predetermined, pre-chosen.
Yes, that's my theory is that he like Augustus Gloop was this gluttonous fucking kid.
Yeah, and
so he was chosen and gave him a chocolate bar. Like they bought it, but they made sure he was going to be him. Same thing with the bratty girl.
Yeah, this was like a assassination plot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and Charlie was going to die because his grandfather was an alcoholic in the fizzy lifting drink, and they were meant to die in the fans had they not figured out how to burp and release the gas, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, I get deep. I'm on mushrooms right now, so I'm like, do you want to hear my theory about?
No, this sounds like the fucking pre-story to Terminator or something.
Yeah, because then he goes like, there's a line where my favorite line in the whole movie is like when Augustus Gloop falls in, she's like, call somebody, do something. And he goes, help, police, murder. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so he immediately admits that like he murdered this child. If you ask me, the kid fell in. It was an accident. The kid fell in. You know, it's of course, you know, that's what he set it up to be. He knew the kid couldn't help himself, but.
Wait, you're talking about the fat kid?
Yeah. Because every room is like Jigsaw. It's like Jigsaw, but for kids, dude.
For kids, dude. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, it's darker. It's way dark. I like to think of how dark Willy Wonka is.
Yeah, I think the darkest scene in that movie is when like they were on that boat.
Yeah.
And then he starts like singing that weird like poem or whatever song it was. He's like, boats are rowing.
There is no flowing.
There is no flowing.
There is no way of knowing which way we are going. Yeah. Is it raining? Is it snowing?
And they're like, make it stop.
That one part feels like a bad trip.
That one's a bad trip.
Dude, yeah.
It gets psychedelic.
They take that boat ride after. I love that. Yeah, every transition.
You're like, what was in these chocolates, dude?
Yeah, he's like fucking
mushroom
up.
chocolates.
All right, one kid down, make him take the train ride, dude. We got the dead weight out of the way.
Yeah, dude.
But I think the worst outcome is Mike TV because he just gets to live forever small. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Oops, that was a trap. Clearly they have they have Wonka. Clearly that was designed for a kid who was addicted to TV, and at the time, you know, so Wonka hated TV, so he fucking picked this kid.
So what? He hated TV.
Well, TV addicts was being addicted to TV was a bad habit as a child.
Was that a thing like back then?
I think that his dad, it's like the whole psychology, and they kind of go into that in number 2, is that when, you know, his dad didn't let him have candy growing up because his dad was a dentist.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he loved candy. I think the same thing. His dad probably didn't let him have TV. Same thing. So he was like, yeah, TV's bad, dude. Too much TV. Grew up and
TV's bad, bro.
Grew up and was like too much TV.
Do you have a thing like that with your kids? Like you don't want to like, you know, put them on TV or fucking tablets?
I let my kids watch and do whatever they want.
Nice.
Not really, but like we have, you know, my kids are watching kid shit. I'm making sure of that. We have kids tablets, but I'm not like strict, you know. My parents were like strict, like no rated R movies ever. Even when you were a teenager, you know.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I got to watch it all when I was younger.
Yeah,
my parents are cool. They were responsible with most of the stuff we watched. But, like, I grew up on South Park. Like, Family Guy.
Of course, when you're 12, you know what I mean? Like, that's the funniest shit.
Yeah, South Park, Family Guy. And then, like, all my friends were kind of watching it, too. So we just had, like, funny references about it at school and, like, shit like that.
See, and I was forced to miss out on all of that.
Really?
Yeah, I was not allowed to watch any of that.
Oh, because you grew up Mormon, right?
Yeah, so that was the thing is I'd go to school and everybody would be talking and have these references and I'd be like, tough shit, I guess, you know? Yeah, my parents just didn't care. Whole social aspect that you fucking miss out on. You're like, yeah, who gives a shit?
Well, I think like
it's naughty.
Like comedy shit is like probably the best way to get introduced to a lot of that stuff because you know you could grow up watching like comedy that's rated R, you'd be fine. But you grow up watching like if you just watch scary movies, like that could fuck up a kid. Yeah, you know, show him The Exorcism when he's like 5. And
we showed my daughter It. We showed her It because she really wanted to watch It.
Yeah.
It'd be Pennywise for Halloween, so we're like, sure, you know.
She was about it.
She's 8. She's about it. You know what I mean? A couple of scary movies we showed her, and they scared her. So you know, which is kind of fun, you know. So, but you know, only a couple. So that's about the word. We showed her Scream. Scream has a couple of gnarly kills in it, and we covered her. You know, tried to cover her.
Yeah, Scream is like a fucking slasher gore flick. Yeah,
but she wanted to watch it, you know, because of Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
and she was just obsessed with the Jenna Ortega.
Oh, so that was the newer one.
Yeah.
With Jenna Ortega, fucking Wednesday.
Yeah, so we showed her that Wednesday one.
Are you into scary movies or like?
Yeah, I like scary movies.
Shit like that.
I like Mike Myers. Again, I think that's because I wasn't allowed to have it as a kid. So as an adult, I'm like, oh, I like the spooky stuff.
Yeah,
I like Halloween. The holiday is my favorite holiday. I like that time of year. My son was just asking me if we could go trick or treating. He likes Halloween too.
Yeah,
Halloween's fun. I like
Halloween's
that.
cool. I actually have the same birthday as Michael Myers.
For real? What's your birthday?
I think we have the same birthday, October 19th.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, Halloween is one of my favorite fucking holidays. I love Halloween.
Yeah.
But scary movies, like if I were to choose a scary movie, I'd like. It's funny because we're talking about scary shit and the lights are flickering.
Of course.
You're like, oh shit, ooh, spooky. Like if I were to have a favorite scary movie, it's kind of hard. I do like the Insidious movies.
Yeah,
those are like some of my favorites.
Those came out when in high school when I was working at the movie theater. Insidious 1 came out. And it was a scary movie. I didn't like it. You know, like
that shit scared the fuck out of me.
The soundtrack was scary, so I'd be in the fucking theater by myself listening to like.
It's like the high violins and shit.
Yeah. And at the very end, the lady comes out and she goes. You know,
so
I would be like racing to sweep up the fucking theater as fast as I could because it was scary.
Wait, like after the credits, she comes out.
Yeah. Because everybody at the nobody stays for the post credit scene for a fucking horror movie. Yeah. But after the credits, she comes out and. You know, so
like, oh,
just to scare the projectionist, you know what I mean? The guy who's in there cleaning the movie theater.
Let's fuck with the movie theater people. Put this at the end,
dude. I swear we were talking about ghosts the other episode, dude. One of the scariest times, like, so I was a janitor at the movie theater, and I'm pretty sure the theater was haunted. Because one time I was cleaning the theater. I'm there by myself, which is already scary. So you're in your big old giant movie theater area and you're alone. And I'm cleaning the theaters, doing like a deep clean on the theaters. And I look, and like in the projection booth, I saw some shadows moving. And it was like the scariest shit. And I was like, there's nobody here. There's nobody. There's no movies on upstairs. So there's no reason why there's, shadows or anything. Yeah.
Like, could you make him out? Like, could you see like a shadow, like a tall figure or something?
No, just like felt like somebody, you're sitting there cleaning and you see the glass and you just like turn around and black.
It'd be weird if like the shadow was like a dude with a sombrero or something.
A dude jacking off.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, is there a homeless guy in here or is there just like a horny ghost in here?
Yeah, a horny dude is a horny ghost.
It's just a horny ghost.
Yeah. That's
crazy, man. Fucking haunted movie theaters, bro.
Yeah. That's one of the,
Yeah. Fucking, what else was I going to say about scary movies? Yeah, Insidious was like some of the scariest shit I've seen. But they're coming back with Fright Dome this year. You hear about that? You ever been to Fright Dome?
Dude, I do not fuck with
haunted houses.
Well, no. Number one, I feel like they get in your when they get in your personal space, it's just people attacking your personal space for fun. And I don't know. As an adult, now that maybe I'd have a lot more fun with it, but dude, it's genuinely, I don't know. Every time as an adult, I'm like, as an adult, maybe I'll go to a haunted house. No, and then they fucking scare me. And I don't like it. I don't like being scared like that. I like to be able to retreat, right? And in those scenarios, like there's no it keeps getting your fear response. And so you're trying to get away, but you can't get away because you just came from a fucking scary. The last room you're in was pretty fucking scary, and now you're in this fucking scary room. They got this guy coming at you, and I know they're actors, and I know they're not going to get you. Yeah. But I don't know, tricks my brain, dude. Gets me going.
It fucks with your whole your stimulus and shit. Like you think you're in an actual horror movie or something.
Yeah.
And you don't want to be that guy that's like, I gotta get out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they're like, all the fucking actors are like, fuck, we gotta walk this guy out.
Yeah. He ruined the fun.
He ruined the fun.
You're an adult, dude. Yeah, we're all adults here. But I just don't like how they get in your space, So like one time we were at Universal Studios and I was like, oh, I'm an adult now. I can fucking I'm with my in-laws and we're at Universal Studios and we go into the first room. I'm like leading the group and I'm like, this will be fine. They're just actors. And then I see Dracula run from one dark corner to the other and scare the group in front of us. And all he did was just run and I was like, okay, he's about to run across the room. So I'm walking and then he runs at me. Like he came at me and it fucking got me. And I was like, and after that moment, I was like, get me out of here. But we had to go, I was like, I'm done. And so I just stared.
You backed out?
No, I didn't back out, but I stared at the floor the whole time. I was like, I'm out of here. I'm not going to look up. Where's the direction I'm walking? Because I'm scared. And and he got me, and I don't like this.
Yeah.
I just become a baby, dude. That's like, you think about it, it's like making adults into babies.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been in that. Like, I usually say no to going to haunted houses.
Yeah,
Like, I've only been to like 2 or 3 in my life before.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been to Fright Dome at Circus Circus, but that was like years ago. I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
But
Was it like every it's a whole big haunted house, huh?
yeah. It's
So,
like,
like-
because you've been to Adventure Dome before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just turned the whole amusement park into like a haunted area, and they have
Yeah.
like different haunted houses and shit.
Yeah.
It should be cool. And then they're also opening, Universal Studios is opening that Horrors Unleashed thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Area 15. So that should be
Oh,
cool
damn.
too.
Yeah. They're actually doing it. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but I hear what you're saying about them like invading your personal space. Like, because
Yeah.
for me, I feel like a natural reaction, like I'm gonna fucking want to like push you or like,
Yeah,
fucking punch you
exactly.
or something like.
Yeah, your fight or flight.
Yeah, it's like my fight or flight kicks in, and that's kind of the point of those things. It's like they want to scare you, and put fear in you and shit. But like, it's also like the streets in me. I'm like, I'll fucking punch the shit out of a clown right now.
Yeah. You want to go? Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
That's
And then-
the risk they're taking, though.
Yeah, and then my sister was asking me, she's like, would you ever do like mushrooms and go into a haunted house? I'm like, no.
Dude, as somebody who's on mushrooms right now,
Yeah, how would you feel about being in there like
dude, I'd be so scared, dude. I'd be like, because even like putting myself back and telling the stories and putting myself back in those moments, I'm
you
like,
could just like feel the fear in there.
yeah,
on
dude,
another
feeling
level.
a wave, getting a wave hit you. Yeah, dude, the word, it's like, well, I have gone to Costco and Sam's Club on mushrooms. So
that's pretty scary.
That's pretty scary. So, yeah, dude, I just don't fuck with haunted houses anymore. Well, I did take my kids. So I took my daughter. So when we go trick or treating here, we go over by my mother-in-law's, and there's a guy who does his house from his backyard. So you walk around their backyard, and then you go from their backyard through his house out their front door. So you walk through their lowers, and it's a haunted house, and it's pretty good, and and that was fun. But what I was noticing, I was dressed up as Michael Myers, and so I had my mask on and everything like that. And when you're dressed as Michael Myers, you're immune to all of the other scary stuff.
yeah,
because
you
you're
have the
like,
mask on.
And I'm like, I am the scary thing. People, I'm walking around on Halloween, just silently looking at people, and kids are like, kids who are scared by it.
Oh
So
shit! Don't look at Michael Myers, dude.
yeah, I got a Halloween costume. I got the whole robe. I got the whole jumpsuit and everything covered in blood and stuff like that.
Yeah, Michael Myers is like one of the most intimidating, like scary characters.
Yeah,
like because you even know the guy that like does the videos of like him driving by with a Michael Myers mask and they just turn and look at people.
Yeah,
like that would scare the fuck
if you're
out
a
of
kid,
me,
dude. Michael Myers is pretty. He's the boogeyman.
He is. There was a guy, dude. There was a guy who used to walk around my neighborhood with the Michael Myers mask on, and it wasn't even Halloween.
Yeah, just to fucking fuck with people,
bro. It was crazy because sometimes like I'd be like we lived in townhomes, so there was like real small areas, but like I was walking through like one of the townhome walkways, and I just saw him on like the other end of it, just like staring at me. I'm like 10 years old at the time. I was like, who the fuck is this Michael Myers dude?
Fucking creep, dude.
Some creep. I think I knew him. It was like some like teenager kid, but he'd be like fucking with the other kids in the neighborhood, walking around with a Michael Myers mask.
Just trying to scare people for sure. And it works, dude. Especially if it's not Halloween and you're wearing a fucking, get the fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, dude.
You want to fight, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, seeing anybody in a mask walking down the street is like, it's
off-putting for sure. Yeah, my growing up Mormon, we weren't allowed to wear masks not on Halloween. We weren't allowed to hide our face. You do bad thing. Yeah, so that's like now for Halloween, every year I fucking wear a mask because it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun becoming another person. Become another person.
Become another person.
I can do that.
I could do a Ninja Turtle accent.
A Ninja Turtle?
Yeah. Be like, hey, let's go get some pizza, cowabunga, dude. Yeah.
I like how the Ninja Turtle. I think it's just New York.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the Ninja Turtles.
No, they just, they sound like just some fucking New York guys.
From New York.
East Coast guys. I think if I were to be a Ninja Turtle, though, I'd be Michelangelo.
Cool but rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be, Mike. Oh, no, Michelangelo's the party guy. Yeah.
He's the orange color, nunchucks.
Of course. You're the party guy. Yeah.
Pizza. Yeah.
Everybody thinks they'd be Michelangelo. I would be Leonardo.
Leonardo.
The nerd, dude.
Double swords.
The nerd. With the nerd with the double swords. Purple. I was always, as a kid, I always liked the purple one.
Donatello?
No, Leonardo.
No, purple is Donatello, the guy with the stick.
Is it?
Because Donatello has the stick, and he has the purple slash. Leonardo has the two swords.
Oh, he's blue.
And he's blue.
Okay, so Donatello. I liked purple.
Yeah, the purple guy was cool because he was kind of like, he was the nerdy one. He was like the smart one in the crew.
Yeah.
Leonardo was like the leader. I
Yeah.
don't know too much about his backstory. And then Raphael was the red one with the two fucking katanas or something.
Yeah, he's kind of an asshole too.
Yeah.
Raphael. If you're into Raphael, you're kind of an asshole. You know,
kind of an asshole. Yeah.
Type A personality. He's kind of shy. I don't know. Kept to himself. He's cool.
But yeah, man, what we're talking about masks, like during Halloween, I don't really dress up that much. I think for the past like 3 or 4 years, I've just been putting on a Harry Potter robe. And I'm like, I'm a wizard.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I like to dress up.
Anybody ever tell you that? You ever be Harry Potter for Halloween?
Yeah, I grew up. Do you like Harry? My Harry? Yeah, that's why like my dad was like, your name's Harrison. So like, I never went as Harry as a kid, and I should have. I should have totally taken the advantage and been
you could have went as Harry, yeah.
Because my name's Harrison, but as an adult now, I go by Harry.
Yeah, Harry. Yeah. Fucking. I think the funniest scene in Harry Potter is the first movie when like, what's his name, Dumbledore like visits Harry Potter. Just like goes into his like base. It was fucked up because they put Harry Potter in the basement, like all the way in like the shittiest room.
No, Hagrid comes in.
It's Hagrid.
Yeah, and they're living at the shitty house. Oh,
and then Hagrid bumps in this like fucking homeless looking ass dude.
Yeah. Knocks down the door.
Hey Harry. You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard, Harry.
He's like, what?
You're a Harry. You're a lizard.
I think it'd be funny just to change the lines. Like you could change it to anything and it'd sound funny. Like, you're a Mexican, Harry.
Yeah.
Like,
it's one of the best. It's one of the best memes.
I didn't know my dad. You're a Mexican, Harry.
You're a Mexican, Harry.
Come with me. We're going to ice. Fuck.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, did you ever watch the Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, of course, dude. I'm totally into Harry Potter.
Yeah,
really big Harry Potter nerd.
You watched all of them? What are they're like 7 movies or something?
Yeah, there's 8 movies, 7 books.
Damn,
because they made the final movie. They should have made movie 4 into 2 movies and really stretched it out.
Yeah,
but yeah, I grew up as a kid, with the name Harry. 11 years old, 10 years old when the books came out. So I was like, it was made for me, my demographic, young boys. I fell into the trap of Harry Potter.
I think Harry's real name is Harrison too. Harrison Potter.
Harrison Potter. It is, yeah, dude.
That could be your alter ego right
Harrison
there.
Potter.
Harrison Potter.
Call me Harry. Harrison.
Yeah.
As an adult now, I go like when I go to restaurants or anywhere that asks for my name for like I just say Harry instead of Harrison. I'm like, Harry's easier to type in.
Yeah, I say my first name when I go to like restaurants and stuff. They're like, "Oh, what's the order for?" Aaron.
Yeah,
just tell them Aaron because it's like a simple name.
Yeah. You don't say Gizmo.
No, I don't say Gizmo. Or like, I usually tell my middle name Gino, but every time I usually say like my middle name to somebody, like, yeah, hey, I'm Gino. They're like, what? Gio? Like, no, Gino. What? Like fucking Giovanni? I'm like, no, it's Gino.
G-I-N-O.
Yeah, G-I-N-O. I got to spell it out for him. But I have
silly.
one time, like, I think I was at Starbucks and they're like, what's the order for? I'm like, Gizmo. And they looked at me so weird. They're like, what? This guy just tell me his rap name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's your alter. Dude, one of these days, everybody will know you as Gizmo.
Yeah, I had a job where everybody called me that too. Like,
oh, really?
Like, yeah, like just call me Gizmo in the garden.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Hell yeah.
But now, like, I don't know. I get most of the time I get called by my first name at like work or like other places. It's kind of like my professional name.
Yeah.
Like even my dad told me too. He's like, oh yeah, because I asked him, I was like, why'd you give me a name like Aaron? It's like kind of like a plain name.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know. It's like that's just like a business name or like an easy name.
Yeah.
It's just what he told me. Because you see, like you know how you go to gift shops and you could get like keychains with your name on them. I see Aaron everywhere. Like,
see, I never saw Harrison.
You really haven't?
One time as an adult. Down on Fremont Street.
Oh shit!
Harrison's Casino.
Harrison's
Casino.
Casino.
It says Harrison's Casino. It was a Vegas sign or something like that that said my name on it. But yeah, never as a child. That was always the biggest bummer. I was like, never gonna see Harrison.
Yeah.
So would see Harry, but as my dad would say, that's not you.
Do you have a middle name?
I have 2 middle names: Davis, Michael.
Harrison Davis Michael.
Yeah,
Die.
Harrison Davis Michael. I have like my mom, because my grandparents, on my dad's side. Sorry, on my mom's side, my grandparents, did 2 middle names. So my uncles have 2 middle names. Me and my brother have 2 middle names. My son has 2 middle names.
Is it on your ID?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know you could do that. 2 middle names.
2 middle names, yeah. So Davis Michael, HDMD.
Damn.
Yeah. So my son,
it would have been cool if it was HDMI.
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 Yeah.
Damn, the 2 middle names thing. Damn, that's cool.
My son is so Michael. Like in my dad's side, my dad's Vincent Michael Dye, and so on my dad's side, we all have Michael. So my brother's Preston Stewart Michael. I'm Harrison Davis Michael. My son is Tolson Michael Vincent Dye. So I gave him 2 middle names, but gave him my dad's name too.
Damn, that's sick, dude.
Yeah. I
know you could do that. I'm about to do that with my kids. Fucking 3 middle names.
Yeah.
But see, with your name, it's funny because I don't think you could ever have like a Will as your middle name.
No.
Because you'd be like, Harrison will die.
No. Exactly. Harrison gonna.
Harrison gonna die.
Harrison gonna. We were going to do Danger. We were going to name one Danger. Dexter Danger Die. So Danger is my middle name.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah, we were gonna do that.
Danger
But then my daughter. It was my daughter instead.
Yeah, or you could name when you have another kid and put their middle name as Ty. You could be like, tie dye.
Yeah.
Tie dye. My lady was telling me a story about she met this one girl at the bar and that all of her kids were named after liquors.
Really?
Yeah, she
Hennessy?
had one kid Hennessy, another kid Bacardi.
Oh my
another
God.
kid. Fuck, I forgot the names.
How do you say you're an
Hennessy,
alcoholic?
Bacardi, Malibu.
Yeah, Remy.
Remy. Dude, how do you say you're alcoholic without saying you're an alcoholic? Just name your kids after. One was named Jameson.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Dude, what the fuck? Yeah, all right, I'm a pothead. Let me name my kids fucking
strains.
OG Kush and
dude, white crack or green
sour
crack.
Diesel. White crack over here.
Or it's green crack, right?
Oh yeah, green crack. White crack is just crack.
It's just crack. Green crack. Name your kid Maui Wowie.
But yeah, dude, I don't know how people name
Sour
kids
Diesel.
like that.
Yo, my son's name is Sour Diesel.
Yeah, that's Sour Diesel. Where'd you get the name from? From a sativa.
Sativa, Blue Dreamin'.
Yeah.
My parents apparently were gonna call me Blue, BLU. That's my. It's the name of the cat now.
Yeah,
but they
Blue?
were gonna call me Blue, and my cousin. If so, my dad and his brother had this bet or this joke that that they were gonna call him Red. There was this joke that my cousin was gonna be Red and I was gonna be Blue. So it'd be Red Dye and Blue Dye.
Damn, that would have been a cool.
Yeah, if
cool
my name
mix.
cool name would be. I think Blue would be kind of a cool name.
Yeah, if you're a dog on Nickelodeon.
Exactly. If you're
Blue's Clues.
Yeah, dude, of course. That came out that I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it could have been Blue's Clues, dude.
And they have the dog Bluey. It's funny because Bluey.
Oh, Bluey too. I forgot. Maybe
Blue
there's
is
some,
a dog's name. Yep.
Maybe there's some correlation there.
It's an animal name only.
Yeah.
Well, a blue dog, you call him Blue. I guess if it was a blue dog.
Yeah, if he's
what would you call a red dog Red? You call a big red dog Clifford.
Yeah, Clifford. Yeah. He was from a blood neighborhood in Compton, I think.
My great great grandfather, his name was Clifford, but he was. I've tried this bit on stage. My great grandfather's name was Clifford, but he wasn't a big red dog. He was just a big red alcoholic.
I haven't heard that one. Have you said it on stage?
I've said it on stage a long time ago.
You should try that again. That was funny.
Yeah.
He's a big red alcoholic.
Yeah.
Damn, that's funny, man. Yeah, I think
Okay, cool.
What people name their dog. People have some funny dog names.
My dog's Ruby, after Rubius Hagrid, after Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where you got the name.
Yeah. But we call her Ruby. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's where I got the name. It was like, I wanted a girl dog, and I wanted to name her Rubius Hagrid. And then, so that's what we did.
Yeah, we used to have a lot of cats at the house, and we like try to match up their names. Like we had 2 cats. One name was Coco, the other one was Pebbles.
Coco, and hell yeah.
Coco Pebbles, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
what if you named your kid like that? Would be if you had twins.
Yeah,
Coco and if you had twins,
Coco and Pebbles.
Coco and Pebbles.
Or Salt and Pepper.
Salt and pepper.
What else goes together? This is peanut butter. This is jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
PB&J. Would you prefer to be jelly or would you prefer to be peanut butter?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Dude, you're on your resume. Peanut butter.
Yeah.
My name's Peanut Butter.
That's a funny interview question. Be like, so if you could choose to be peanut butter or jelly, what would you be? Peanut butter because it's smooth.
Dude, it reminds me when I was a manager, I did like interviews and I'd read, people's resumes. And one of the funniest resume lines was like, "Yeah, I will be your number one. You're 100%. You're diamond." I remember it being like, "I'll be your diamond." I'll be a peanut butter. I'll be a peanut butter.
Did she write that on the resume?
No, it was like a dude.
Oh, it's a dude?
At the very top, "I'll be your diamond." You're like, yeah.
A dude writing that is bold.
It's a black guy.
Definitely.
I'd bring anybody in for the interview for the most part.
Dude, young dudes nowadays, it must be so hard for them to get a job because like trendy dudes and like cool cool guys, they're all into hip hop and stuff, so they're into that kind of lingo. Like imagine them trying to write a resume like, "Yo, to keep it 100 with you, I do a great job. Me, no mids. Me,
no mids.
No mids. Fire in, fire out. Yo, I will be your best employee." I don't know how the fuck the kids talk nowadays. I mean, I was one of them, but I think I grew out of all that dumb talking and shit. Like
you grew out of it.
Like I still have like a little bit of like hood tendencies or like street talk in me, but like when I'm like trying to get a job,
you can be in the character.
I'm trying to be as professional as I can be.
I play the character for sure.
It can't be all like fucking street dude. And
when I'm at work, I'm like,
you got to turn like this professionalism.
Turn up the professional.
Yeah, or like just turn the white on or whatever.
Yeah, I'd be the whitest I can be.
Yeah, I think it's funny though, like some of those interview questions they ask you, they're like so mind-boggling. They're like, "What are some of your weaknesses?"
Yeah.
And like, I don't know how to answer that.
I don't know what one of my weaknesses is.
Like, or they'll ask you a question like, "Can you think of a time where, there was conflict at work and how you solved it?" Oh yeah, see, I'd always say like, yeah, those are easy. I like those, you know what I mean? And like, because they'd be like, those are easy questions to fucking ask, Yeah, for me, it's hard to answer them though. Like, I'd be like, "Oh, a time I solved a problem at work." I'm like, well, I think I like the simplest shit. I'd be like, somebody,
I care too much. That's my weakness. Is I care too much.
That's a good weakness to have, maybe. But like, I'd be like, how do you solve a problem at work? One day my employee dropped.
This lady came up to me and she's like, "Man, I really couldn't." They just want to hear you talking.
No, I'll just be like, "Oh, well, like this person dropped some water on the floor and I cleaned it up."
Yeah, there you go, dude.
Like problem solved.
We once made up when I was a manager at Office Depot, we once made this lady shit on the floor and we made some kid clean it up. We thought it was dog shit.
Some kid cleaned it up? What, yeah. One of your coworkers?
One of my employees, yeah, we made him clean it up. And we thought it was dog shit. We're like, somebody who went, and then I was like, there was never a dog in here. So I went and looked up the cameras and of the spot, and there was, straight up a lady like took a shit. And took a shit. Like she shit her pants, went out, and then she went and shopped like 2 more hours and then left. I could have like recorded it and it would have gone viral. You know what I mean? But yeah. I've seen videos of it. But yep.
Oh no! So you're like, yo, make the new guy do it.
Yep. New kid gets to clean up.
Yeah.
Clean up on aisle 4 to hidden human shit.
Man, I hate I hated doing those dirty jobs like that. I used to work at this. I used to work at this one grow spot that was like growing mold on the walls because I don't think they had proper ventilation in the room or something. Clearly. So there was just like mold growing on the walls because the humidity in the room's so high.
Yeah.
And they're like, one of you guys got to scrape this off the wall. I was like, not me, dude. I don't get paid enough for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I said that right away. I'm like, I do not get paid to scrape mold off the walls. That's a fucking like professional job to be done.
Yeah, exactly.
Then one of my other coworkers was doing it like he didn't give a fuck.
Just breathing it in.
Yeah, just breathing in mold spores.
Yeah. Terrible for you.
Shit. Speaking of mold spores, how are those mushrooms hitting you? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good right now. Yeah. We're at what, 55 minutes? I don't know if you want to call it,
Yeah, was there anything else on your mind?
No, dude. Well, there's a ton on my mind right now. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Let me ask you a question. I think I had something. Like, how do you deal with stress?
Drugs. No.
Drugs. Other than drugs, like, is there any ways that, like, what are some ways you wind it? I know we usually wind down with Zynn World hemp CBD drops.
Yeah.
Other than that, how do you wind down?
Dude, I try and like, I don't know. I'm just a naturally wound up person, so I really don't even know how to fucking answer that question.
Really?
Yeah, I have a hard time relaxing.
Do you feel like you're always on go mode? Like
Yeah.
All gas, no brakes?
Yeah, all gas.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Even when I'm relaxed, I'm like, leg shaking. I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just a very anxious person.
Do you ever get like a day of downtime where you just get to chill and fucking play video games and do stuff like that?
Like today.
Nice.
This is hanging out, dude. This is having fun, dude. This is chilling.
Hell yeah, man.
How do I hang out? I go to comedy. I try and like laugh. How do I chill?
Yeah, yesterday was a chill day. LA Comedy Club.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I just went down, hung out. Yeah, yesterday I did a lot of packing and everything. Got ready. We were getting ready to move. So yesterday I did a lot of packing.
Yeah, you did some packing. We went to go see LA Comedy Club show. Shout out to Julio Gonzalez.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah, man. I think that's about it. Yeah. I only had that one. How do you deal with stress? We'll probably be asking some questions towards the end of the pod just to get like some mind-boggling shit in there.
Yeah.
Or, I always have a couple questions to ask, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Hell yeah, this is the Harry and Gizmo show.
Hags.
Hell yeah, like and subscribe.